Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch One. Thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Compressor Chronograph. You can see this first generation Master Compressor Chronograph on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time to see additional high-res images of this watch plus complete pricing information. And if you like, you can also click on the description box below with a link directly to watchyouwant.com. On my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this watch has good presence, but it's not an oversized sports watch in the contemporary sense. 41.5 millimeters across the round of the case. It does wear a bit bigger than that because of the compressor crown's unique form and function. Now, from lug to lug, the watch is a robust 50 millimeters, but again, by modern standards, that's considered to be full-sized, not oversized. It is reasonably slim, considering it's a complicated chronograph. Only 14 millimeters thick. It actually sits lower than that on the wrist because the cupped case back lets it sink in when buckled down, and that sloped conical bezel allows any kind of dress cuff or sleeve to easily ride up and over it. Now, the watch has impressive substance on the wrist. The heft definitely declares itself, in large part because of this unusual companion. Most of these ever built were equipped on some sort of a strap, either a rubber strap made by JLC, or made for JLC, I should say, by Camille Fournet of Paris, or a contrasting stitched alligator leather strap. Now, the linked bracelet manufactured by JLC, not an outside contractor, is one of the best accessories that you can have for this timepiece because it is over-engineered to a fault almost. Now, you can see that it is a double deployant, but it's not just a double deployant. It's a double deployant with quadruple trigger action. So when closed, it takes positive release of all 4 buttons to open the clasp in its entirety. Now, a double deployant's great because it doesn't have the single one-up and over fold that can sometimes pinch a smaller wrist, so ergonomically it's excellent. But what's really nice about JLC's in-house bracelet, since the late 1990s when it debuted on the Reverso Grand Sport line, is that it does actually have a micro adjust built into each individual link. Now, you see on each side, there's actually 2.5 millimeters of adjustment. Each side corresponds, has the same mechanism built in, allows for a great deal of incremental adjustment on the fly without the intervention of a jeweler when you're on vacation and things are getting hot, or during dinner when you're starting to cool down. As your wrist expands and contracts, you have that adjustability built in. But it is the watch itself that's the highlight. As ever, JLC's delivered a distinctive timepiece that is 100% Le Sentier. Now, no doubt, some of the heritage-inspired elements right here can be traced back to the 1968 Polaris. You can see that in the numerals. You can see that in the shape of the hour indices. But it's very much its own timepiece with large trapeze-style hands at center. This watch is legible at a glance, even if on its initial release, some considered the style to be distinctly French, a little bit avant-garde. It's aged remarkably well, and these watches are already beginning to be thought of as classics emerging out of the 2000s era. Now, you can see there's a nice anthracite sort of metallic tachymeter reference outboard that slopes from the bezel to the base of the dial. The base of the dial is best described as a gloss black, allowing outstanding contrast with all of the calibrations, but it's the layout of the chronograph that really set this watch apart. With a mobile disc and a fixed index rather than the other way around to count off the hours, it also features a jumping minute indication at 3 o'clock with a discrete inset date at 6 o'clock to balance the dial. Now, it does feature a quick set function for the date, as well as hacking seconds when you pull the crown. And the crowns are worthy of a shout out because they're JLC's unique compressor crown setup. Debuted in 2002 on the original Master Compressor, they require 1/2 turn, a 1/4 turn in the case of chronograph pushers, to unseal them. White, you're tight, and red, you're dead. But when you are red, you have the ability to pull the crown and hack the balance precisely. You can see when I pull the crown to its extremity, the watch stops for precise synchronization, and all I have to do is turn it again, and I get 100-meter water resistance, and I can do that when my hands are wet, when my hands are gloved, when my hands are slippery. There's none of the built-in frustration of a conventional screw-down crown, and it has a look like nothing else. Now, the case back bears a rose gold medallion signifying the watch's success against JLC's in-house Master 1000 Hours control. If the sound of the master control process sounds a little bit Tron to you, make no mistake, it's thoroughly contemporary. It's a fully cased up chronometry test of the watch that also includes resistance to magnetism, shocks, and power reserve. Now, the movement is a caliber 751, part of JLC's first in-house automatic winding chronograph family. It actually launched on this reference in 2004, and it's a gem. Twin mainspring barrels yielding a 65-hour power reserve. They're actually wound by a unidirectional system on unlubricated high-efficiency ceramic bearings. Everything from the ceramic bearings themselves to the profiling of the drivetrain teeth to the unique laser-welded, I should say double laser-welded hairspring was designed by JLC in-house or in-house in conjunction with other manufacturers in the case of the gear profiles and the ceramic bearings. The watch features a modern column wheel vertical clutch engagement. So you have the column wheel, the traditional function selector for that crisp, tactile experience of operating the chronograph, and you have the vertical clutch. And I can show you, when you start it, there's no jump. When you stop it, there's no stagger. And if you prefer constant seconds at center to match the hours and minutes, the vertical clutch, with no additional wear on the drivetrain, allows you to simply keep the chronograph running. You can see it, and you can start your running on our website, watchyouwant.com.